Good morning, everyone. This is Mr. Lowe. Today we are going to be working on lesson 9-3, using multiplication to do division, and specifically to divide fractions. So what I need you to do is open up your math notebooks, and let's go ahead and take a look at some practice problems. So in your math notebook, you need to write down this problem, please. 4 divided by 1/3. 4 divided by 1/3. And I can do this in a couple of different ways. We're going to use these icons here, the model, to kind of help us out. Whoops, there we go. So as I look at the model, here's my 4 holes. There's 1, 2, 3, 4. Each of them is broken up into thirds. So there's 3/3 there, 3/3 there, 3/3 there, and 3/3 there. That would be the same as saying 4 times 3, which is 12. Which means if we took 4 holes and we divided them up into thirds, there would be 12 of those thirds in 4. And that's kind of how we're doing our math problem for today. So 4 divided by 1/3 is 12. Once we do that, we're going to use multiplication to check our work. In other words, we are going to work backwards, multiplying to see if our answer is reasonable. So I take my quotient and I multiply it by my fraction. And when I do that, that gives me 12 over 3, and 12 divided by 3 is 4. And that is what I should get. So all I have to do down here now is make this 12, 12, and make this 4, because 12 times 1/3 is 4. And I get a good job. You may want to pause this, write down these notes. If not, we can go ahead and we'll go to the next one. I'll do another problem pretty similar to this one. So this is part number 2. Problem number 2, we're going to write this one down in our notebook. 3 divided by 1/12. We're taking 3 holes and we're breaking them up into each one of those 3 into 12 pieces. So let's take a peek at our model, because I kind of like, if they're going to give us a model, we might as well look at it. So here's my 1 hole. It's broken up into 12 pieces. Here's another hole broken up into 12 pieces. Here's a third hole broken up into 12 pieces. To figure out how many of those pieces there are in all 3 together, we're going to multiply. 12 times 3, which is, you got it, 36. Good job. And we want to go down here and check it. And I get a good job. Now that I know 3 divided by 1/12 equals 36, to use multiplication now to check my work, I work backwards. 36 times 1 over 12 equals 36 all over 12, and 36 divided by 12 is 3. Good work. Let's check that out here. I'm going to put a 36 here, times 1/12 equals 3. I check my work, and I get a nice job. Most of the problems you're working with today are going to be this fairly straightforward. So what I'm looking for you guys to do in your notebook is you just copy the original problem down. 2 divided by 1/6, not 1/6, 1/16. You want to use this model, you can. So there's my model. There's my 2 holes. Each one has 16. So there's 16 here, 16 here. That means there are 16 times 2. 16 times 2. 2 times 6 is 12. 2 times 1 is 2, plus 1 is 3. That means there are 32 1/16ths in 2. And I get a good job. And if you recall from the video that we had earlier, in addition to your video lesson, the song that I played yesterday, that Keep Change Flip song, that's an easy mnemonic tool that I use to help us remember how to divide by a fraction. So we keep the first number, we change the division sign, and we flip the fraction over. So if I were to rewrite this, I would just keep the 2, change the division sign to a multiplication sign, and flip that fraction over into 16 over 1, which is actually called the reciprocal. 16 is the reciprocal of 1/16, just like 1/16 is the reciprocal of 16. And 2 times 16 is 32. And we want to use multiplication to check it. We're going to do just that. We're going to say 32 times 1/16 is 2. So your call as far as whether you do keep, change, flip, or whether you want to use the models. Keep in mind, though, I want everything written down in your notebook. I want the original problem done. And if you are changing it to a multiplication problem, I would love for you to keep, change, flip it and write it all down and then give me the answer. So without further ado, I'm going to let you guys go and get started. I will be checking your work when I get back today. I'll be back here for fourth period. Um, but good luck. Have fun. If you finish your math homework and you are not at 75% on Khan, you must do Khan Academy. Otherwise, you can work on Prodigy if you are at 75%. Have a good day.